Okay, folks, as promised, Stuart and I have come back to the studio to address some of the questions that were sent in on yesterday's webinar. And notice we're in different shirts. I have a red shirt now on, and Stuart has an Exxon gas station T-shirt. I think it's an Exxon on. I can't read the back of it, but it's proof positive that we did read your questions, and we're going to go rapid fire through them right now.
Yes, sir.
Stuart, how do you promote a group when you are a leader? That was question number one.
Okay, how do you promote your group when you're the leader, when you're the agent, the leader? The same way that the group leader would promote it. Okay, that's too easy an answer. But basically, the beautiful part there is that you don't have to depend on anybody else to do the tasks, to do the chores. So you're the one that's going to be the face. You're the one that's going to be the magnet. You're the one that's going to be the affinity. The most important thing is to be an effective group leader yourself, okay, is that people want to be with you. They want to hang with you. They want to go on vacation with you. Why? Because there must be a reason why you're leading the group. Maybe your passion is photography. Maybe your passion is spiritual journeys. Maybe your passion is yoga. And you are a yoga king or queen. You are a photography expert. So they want you, or maybe you're a destination expert. Mike, the river cruise that I'm doing, I invited one of my good friends who's a destination expert. She's a top 10 USA Today cruise blogger. She's coming, okay, and so we're both group leaders, but the key is the group leader has to offer something special. That's how you become an effective group leader. But the greatest part is that you don't have to worry that group leader is not going to perform because it's you. You're going to make the presentations. You're going to say, come with me. I'm going with you. I can't wait to host you. I'll be with you every step of the way. Come on, let's go. That's how you be an effective group leader and lead your own groups rather than depending on somebody else.
Perfect. Okay, and I'm not going to chime in unless I really have something important to say. Number two, this person is trying to find and contact group leaders, and I'm going to cut to the chase here. I'm trying to find local Lions Club leaders, and most of the websites only have a general email as their contact. Should I approach with a general email inquiry? And my answer to that is that a general email inquiry smells like and looks like and tastes like a general email inquiry. So I suggest you just don't waste your time. It takes a little bit of effort, folks. It takes a little bit of sleuthing, if you will, of doing some investigative, there you go, Stuart, investigative research. And I wish it was easier, but it's not. You have to get on the phone, get on the phone and say, Mike Marchev is my name. I'd like to introduce a concept I have to Mr. Big, Mrs. Big. Could you tell me who I should direct my communications to? They will tell you. Right. If they won't tell you, if they don't tell you, then hang up, call back, and hope you get someone else to answer the phone. But it takes a little work, a little effort, and research. So marketing research, you've heard the word. This is where it comes into play. You can take shortcuts. You can blast emails until your heart's content. But if it's a to whom it may concern, don't do it. Just go play golf instead. Go to a movie. Go get an ice cream cone. Do something else that's more beneficial to you than wasting your time with general inquiries. That's my slant on it.
And the key to success, Mike, also is if you have another name of someone who works in an organization, if you have even if it's, 5 people removed to say, my friend Joe has a friend Sam, has a friend, right? That gets you in the door because then you're not just some nobody trying to sell something. There's some kind of connection. Maybe you're a customer of that business. Find that connection and the door may open a little more.
If I receive a cold email that says, Stuart Cohen suggested I contact you, you can get your email is going to be read and responded to. It's just a fact. Good point, Stuart. Let's move on. I'll take this one. They asked to repeat my Google equation.
Okay.
Well, the sad news is I didn't know I had a Google equation, so I had to give that some second thought. And I think what you mean is I said, go to Google, put in your zip code with the little plus sign, associations, plus sign meetings, plus sign groups, plus sign clubs, hit the button, and I did it today in Delray Beach, Florida. I did 33445, and I had 18,000 buttons I could push to point me in the right direction. Now, granted, not all of them you want to pursue,
right.
But if you're looking for direction, zip code plus associations, bingo, you're going to have a lot of work to do.
Bingo. Good.
Okay, the next one, and that's the Google equation. There you go. How does asking some owner, this is worth a little time here.
Okay.
How does asking some owner what his problem is, how does that help me? If I ask you, the business owner, what's your problem? How does it help me? I am not a business manager, says the agent. Yeah. I am trying to find and sell travel business.
Okay. Basically...
Wait a minute. Let me knock down the cackles on the back of my neck there. The cackles went up. I'm okay. I'm all right. Go ahead.
You all right there?
I'm all right. I'm good.
During our show...
What's a cackle anyway? I didn't even know what a cackle is.
I don't know what a cackle is. During our show, I said you need to find out their problem. You need to find out if that family has a problem, if that business has a problem. And what I meant by that is that nobody buys anything unless they've got a problem. Okay? If this microphone breaks, I've got a problem. I need a new microphone. If I need some landscaping done, I got a problem. I'm going to get weeds and slugs and whatever else grows in there. All right? So all sales is problem solving. You wouldn't buy anything if it didn't solve a problem for you. Now, travel groups, group travel, Mike, solves a problem. And I'm going to give you 2 examples, and I'm going to really connect the dots now. Very important. Okay? You may think an anniversary or family reunion. Well, what problem would they have? Maybe they have grandparents, parents, and children, maybe even great-grandparents. You've got diverse ages. So their problem is, what do we do? Where do we go? How do we have a good time for grandma, grandpa, but also the little dudes running around? Maybe a cruise is what you do. Maybe a resort. That's something for everybody, right? So that's their problem. We don't know what to do, where to go. Or if it's an anniversary celebration, it's my parents' 50th. It's a big one. They've had such stress, but we love them. We want to do something very special. We don't know what. We don't want to just do a backyard barbecue. Okay, let's do a destination anniversary. Your group travel is a solution, right? And one more from you got something, Mike?
Well, no, I would just want to go back to the question because I think the question was more detailed towards a business. If I go into a business, if I ask somebody, remember we said, come on for a cup of coffee, sit down, you sell flowers, you sell wine, I sell travel, let's have a cup of coffee.
Okay.
What's the business problem? I think that's what the question is.
Yeah, I know. You know what it is? I like giving a little more there because...
No one's better than you. No,
that was better than me. Thank you so much. Go. So here's the deal. If it's a business... You're gonna go have a cup of coffee with the owner, and you're gonna play detective. First, you're gonna make friends because there's common ground. You're both local business owners. How's business? How do you keep your clients loyal? Do you have a problem with that? How do you grow your business? There's gonna be something. Or even if you came right out, Mike, and you asked, "What's your biggest challenge?" Period. What's your biggest challenge, Mike? There's no way that owner's gonna say, "I got no challenges." Everything is perfect, meaning his profit or her profit margins are good, gets a steady flow of customers, repeat business is awesome, work with the suppliers is great, or that person's salespeople. My guess is that business owner is going to say, well, getting new business, I would need new business, or keeping clients loyal, or my sales team, I can't get them to get off their butts and get out and make sales calls. Well, hey, incentive, reward and incentive, a corporate incentive, right? I guarantee you every business out there has got a problem. The key is to pull it out and to think in your mind, how can group travel solve that problem? That's how it applies to a business.
And there's a little creativity involved, a little thinking, a little brainstorming.
Yeah.
And I want to end it on this thought. Don't tell me that people are too busy to do anything. Don't guess. Find out. If you ask enough people to have a cup of coffee with you, I guarantee you, you will be drinking coffee with strangers and getting to know them. Don't tell me it doesn't work. Tell me, have you done it? You've never done it. You've never tried it. So therefore, don't tell me it doesn't work. Okay,
I've done
I'm going to move on.
It works like a charm. It's amazing, and you make new friends, and you don't leave that meeting without asking, "Hey, who else should I meet with?" And you keep expanding your network.
Sidebar. When I went to college, guys go to college, they want to meet women. They say, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" My dad gave me the best advice ever. He said, don't ever ask a woman if she wants a drink. Why? Because it's too intimidating.
Yeah.
Go up to a stranger and say, can I buy you an ice cream cone? He says, there's not a woman alive that won't say yes to that. And you will, over an ice cream cone, which is non-intimidating, you'll get to know each other, and who knows, chances are Friday night you'll be able to buy the woman a drink. That's the story from Dad. We're moving on here.
That's how you got ahead. Barbara, isn't it? Your wife.
Yeah, ice cream cone. I tell you, it's a sure thing.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Any ideas regarding doing newspaper travel columns or radio question shows? Newspaper travel columns or radio question shows?
Yeah, in the interest of time, Mike, just do it. Just do it.
The answer is it's a great idea.
It's a great idea. Just do it. Instead of talking about it, do it. I think everyone says, oh, I wish I could write for this paper. I wish I could do a blog. Just do it. And the key is you can't call a newspaper. You can't call a radio station and say, hi, would you feature me? I'm going to come talk and write. They're going to go, let me see some samples. What have you got? Well, if you allow me to do it. No. You start writing. You start blogging. You start making little video clips and sending it out. And somebody's going to call you and say, hey, this is interesting. Would you come and write a piece for us? Can we use your piece on the radio? Can we use your piece in the newspaper?
How about paying attention to what's going on out there? Royal Caribbean just had a little fiasco leaving New Jersey. They had a little windstorm. The boat did a little rocking and rolling and came back to port, if I'm not mistaken. Well, the local travel agents should have, I don't like that word, but could have contacted the radio station and say, hey, let me come in. You can interview me. I'm a travel professional. Let me tell you how that happened and why your readers should not be alarmed. Mm-hmm. I mean, you bite off, say, I'm here for you. Let's talk about this talking that the ship just had, or the weather, or any other problem.
Whatever you like talking about.
Yeah, and then let me tell the truth about it. Let me get the facts as I know them out to your audience. Okay. Number two,
next,
when you approach a newspaper with a column, don't say, hey, I can write a column for you, because everybody says that. Mm-hmm. Today, this very day, I just got an email from a woman from Material Handling Magazine. Hey, go figure. She grabbed my column. She's been inserting it every month for the last 7 years. I just sent her 10 articles, 10, saying, here you are for next year. Mm-hmm. She came back and said, Mike, give me 2 more and I'm all set for the year. Mm-hmm. So my answer to you folks is when you go to suggest I'm going to write a column, bring 5 with you and say, here's the first 5 months. I'll give you another 5 right after that. You'll never have to worry about deadlines. I know what I'm talking about. Everyone's interested in travel. It's a great idea. Do it, but don't just say you're going to do it. Bring the material and say, this is yours. Use this. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Next.
And and on the bottom of it, always have a hook saying, come on back. Here's my email. There's more where this came from.
Next.
Okay. Next one. Any model. Okay, this is one. I think they're asking for a freebie here, Stuart, and we have to be careful. Is there any model indicating responsibilities? Remember we talked about a contract with responsibilities yesterday, back and forth.
Okay.
Is there any model that includes such a thing that I could use, beg, borrow, or steal?
Absolutely, positively. You can't beg it, you can't borrow it, and you can't steal it, but you can buy it.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Hey, listen, just like I would never tell a travel professional to give away their stuff, their expertise free, we're giving you free stuff here, but sorry, I ain't going to give you my group letter agreement. It took me 30 years of experiential knowledge and hands-on experience to write. So I have a template. I do have a template. It's in boot camp. That's just one tiny little template, one little tool, one little tip, one little resource you get in boot camp that will show you how to write it. But let's back up for a second. The group letter agreement is there that you write collaboratively. Of course, you're the one penning it, but you want to write it so that you know what your responsibilities are, you know what their responsibilities are, and you're both agreeing to this. So you move forward in perfect synchronicity and perfect harmony. There you go.
Synchronicity, I love that. And one little caveat here. People say, well, I'm not a writer, and they're looking for a model. They're looking for something that they can use. I understand that. That's the way human beings operate. But don't get too cute. Don't get too clever. Just put your thoughts in 2 columns. This is what I'm going to do. This is what you're going to do. Listen, this is not a college paper you're writing. It's just in English, small words, don't use synchronicity or whatever. Don't use that word. I mean, we in New Jersey, we don't even know what that means. But don't use that. Use the little tiny words. So this is what I do. This is what you do. Do we agree? Let's move forward. Bingo. And here's another thing. You're going to screw things up the first one. You're going to leave things out. You're going to make a mistake. Document it, and the next agreement will be better.
Right.
Stuart, back to you. You're chafing at you're reading your pen there.
No, we got a lot to get through. We got to pick it up. We got there's actually 6 key components. 6 key components of a group letter agreement, and there's no time to go through it here. And I'd love to have whoever's interested to come learn about boot camp, because I want to help you, because we need 100% of the travel agent community to have group letter agreements used every time. What do you got next?
All right, this is Stuart. This is directed to you because it says Stuart on it. Go figure. Stuart mentioned not offering a TC, which I think is that's a trip to Canada. I don't know what a TC is, but to the group leader. Don't mention not offering a TC. How do you get around that?
Yeah.
What's in it for them? You know, people want. What's in it for me? Where's my skiff here?
Exactly. How do I know that you want to travel free? That's what you want in it for you. What I have found, Mike, over the years, that overwhelmingly travel professionals think that's how you get groups. You hold up a sign and you say, come, I'll show you how to travel free. I'll show you how to travel free. Not wrong. Bad, because what you're going to get is the group leader, who's just in it for themselves. They're not going to do the heavy lifting, the hard labor. They're not going to go help you sell and bring in the people. They just want to travel free because you told them they could travel free. When you're playing detective, when you're meeting with that potential group leader, when you're qualifying them, okay, don't let them qualify you. You qualify them, because you don't want to take on a bad group that's going to go nowhere, and it's going to cost you money, cost you sleep, cost you shirt. Okay? You're going to determine what it is they need, what it is they want. Mike, if it's an organization, association, or club, or a company, the people don't pay. That leader may not pay for their cabin or room anyway. So if you say, I'll give you a TC, they'll say, oh, thanks, I really didn't need it. But here's what I really need. So you can't take that TC back and give them what they really need. Find out what they need. Find out what they want. I guarantee you, every group leader you talk to will have a different want, a different need. And it can never be a gimme. It's part of an incentive. We can talk about this for hours, but we're going to end it there. Just know that I believe the TC is the wrong way to go out and source groups. And the last thing I'm going to say is this. You're going to give that TC away free, but is it really free? Because if you don't put walls around what it includes and doesn't include, you're in big trouble, friends. It doesn't include taxes and non-commissionables and all the other things. It's usually, you know what I'm saying? So my point is, it's a slippery slope that ends up costing you a lot of money.
And the tongue-in-cheek is, if it's not going to work, if there's a glitch in this relationship, isn't it so much better to find out day 1 than it is day 90? So get the right leader up front. It's like an employee. I mean, employee says, I'll come to work for you. Great. 9 months later, it's a mess. Find out earlier. Take more time up front to get it right, and you'll be right in the back. Okay, Stuart, we're not going to cover all of these questions. I know that. I don't want to take the listeners' time, but there's a couple more here.
Go ahead.
And one of them, how much should we enlist the aid of the supplier? Now, we want to get a supplier in the game here. Okay. How much should we enlist the aid of the supplier for the group to help with the presentation?
Suppliers, pivotal, critical and opportunistic. They want to be involved. First of all, I know there was an earlier question about, hey, how do you vet suppliers? And the easy answer there is only pick suppliers that are easy to do business with, meaning you're going to get good local support. Okay, so if you get good local support, you want to count on that rep, even if they're at headquarters, you're going to ask them questions like, give me best practices. What have you seen in all your travels that works and that doesn't work? Would you help be on the introductory seminar with me? Come to the meeting we're going to have with the people to introduce it. Could you give me a testimonial? You got any great pictures that you've taken? So it's not those pictures of the models, but it's you on that ship or at that hotel. Use their conference lines. They have toll-free conference lines. Sometimes they'll let you use it. So the point is, yes, yes, yes. And any supplier who doesn't want to help you market and sell that group, you're going to pick another supplier because they're in it to win it with you.
Now, part two of that, which not the flip side, but a different side,
yes,
is that you're the one vested in this. You're the one who thought of it. It's your idea, and I've seen it happen. Do not give your future over to a supplier who thinks they present well, who do not. Because I'm telling you, and I don't care if Travelland, you can pass this to every supplier in the country. I'm telling you, most of them are not good. Yeah. They think they're good. So if you're going to hand off the reins to a supplier, make sure you know who you're handing it off to. Right. And I got stories up the to the end of the road here about negative situations. So cover yourself. Am I right, Stuart?
100% right. And the key is to tell them you've got 3 minutes or you've got 5 minutes. And that's it. Because I was a former field sales guy way back in the day. If you gave me 3 minutes, I'll take 30 because I love my product. You can't stop me from talking. So you really need to control it, but you definitely want to take all the tools, including print materials and online materials that they have to offer.
Now, if you find one who's good, you milk them. You go with them. You stop talking and let them carry the freight because there are good ones out there. All I'm saying, they're not all good, and they're not as good as you, the travel agent, is because you're the one who cares. Okay. Next one. Well, give us the name of the author. There's one. Somebody was they were sleeping they were asleep all during the program until they heard the word naked. And then they woke up, didn't know what you were talking about, and said, I think I want the name of the author of that book. Go ahead.
Okay. Author of the book is Patrick Lencioni. Patrick Lencioni, Getting Naked. It's a wonderful story.
Put it up there so we can see. Put it up so give him time. We're not fast writers here. Lencioni.
Patrick Lencioni. Oh, Google it. Getting Naked. There you go.
There you go. Hey, you Google Getting Naked, you're going to have 500 million hits, and it's not nothing to do with that book, so don't go there.
Okay.
And don't hit any buttons prematurely because you're going to be getting mail for the rest of your life. Okay, the last question. Stuart, you also showed Dale Carnegie's book. What was the name of that? Is that Influencing People?
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite books, yes. How to Win Friends and Influence People. How to Win Friends and Influence. Google, it's a book that should be a part of everybody's collection.
It's the second oldest book in the history of mankind. Obviously, the Bible is the oldest, and then that book is the second oldest. It's been around for 1,000,000 years, and it's a good book.
Hey, Mike, I just want to tell everybody that I know we're rushing through these questions. I think we're giving good answers, good nuggets, but I do have, if folks are watching this immediately, I'm doing a Reboot Your Group webinar on March 24th. Bring it. Come at me. And Mike, here's what I do in the webinar. I'm going to speak for 20 minutes, give you the 10 tips to reboot your groups, but then I hang around for 40 minutes of Q&A. They can ask me whatever they want, and I'll answer.
How do they get the invite to that? Go ahead, tell them that.
StuartLloydCohen.com/RSVP.
There you go.
There you go.
I hope they do that. Hey, listen, Stuart, so I don't want to... Yesterday was our program. You came back today. I want to thank you for following up. You're a real, true professional, a good friend of mine, a good competitor of mine. I think you should double your prices immediately because I get more business as a result of that. So there you go. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming in for part number 2. You can see there's just too much going on. Next month, Ralph Grizzle, third Thursday. I make it April 21st. You'll be getting a registration sheet soon, one of these days. You'll probably be getting about 500 of them because I just keep sending them out to you. You know that. And that's how we get 500 people on the call. So,
Okay.
Stuart, thanks again. Over
Pleasure.
and out. Go back to work. Ladies and gentlemen, go sell something. Have fun. And thanks for stopping in and listening to us.
It's a wrap.